Round number 29 of the Championship predictions is coming up. We had a interesting round 28 for the Championship predictions. For me, I got three Bobot, which is, I think, the joint most. I can't quite get over three. Three is a decent number, though. Three Bob on, Coventry 2, Millwall 1, Ipswich 2, Bristol City nil, and Stoke 1, Middlesbrough 2. So not bad from me, actually, that midweek, and hopefully some similar results round of 29. I also got Birmingham to beat Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea to beat Blackburn, just the wrong scorelines. Anyway, let's get on with round 29. We'll start with Friday night with Derby play West Brom. Derby with another brilliant win with Charlton. Not an easy place to go, the Valley. And Derby managed to go there and get 3 points. They were down to 10 men late on as well. Matt Clark got sent off. So that's a pretty big win. Derby, they're climbing up the table and they're doing it nicely, aren't they? West Brom, I mean, what the hell went on there? I mean, 5-0 at home to Norwich. 5-0. A team directly below West Brom, in a real sort of tussle with Albion. Now they are, one place apart in the league table. 4 points ahead, Albion, time before they played Norwich. Could have made it 7, could have given themselves real daylight between them and the bottom three. They go and lose 5-0 at the Hawthorns. I don't see this changing at Derby, especially when they've got a bad historic record at Pride Park. I think they've won 2 games there in 100 years. It's not a good run they've had at Pride Park, and the confidence must be absolutely shot. Eric Ramsey's had no impact going in. Derby looked pretty decent recently, and yeah, they're just pretty efficient. Derby, good Derby 2, West Brom 1 Friday night. Millwall versus Charlton. This is a derby of sorts. Well, not of sorts. Definitely is a derby. Now Alex Neil versus Nathan Jones just ended a 1-1 draw back at the Valley earlier in the season. I think Charlton went down to 10 men. Kane Ramsey potentially got sent off, and then Millwall went and equalised. So Charlton still can't quite beat Millwall. Don't think they're going to do it at the Den, if I'm being brutally honest. Millwall are really good, and they lost at Coventry. The performance, from what I'm hearing, was pretty decent anyway. I'll go for the Lions. I'll go Millwall 1, Charlton 0. Cagey, tight, the quality that Millwall have. Set pieces, I think will just about be enough to beat Charlton, especially at the Den. Borough versus Preston. What a comeback win that was for Middlesbrough and Preston. What a honking horror show against Hull. I think that's 3 defeats in a row. One of them was in the FA Cup against Wigan, but 3 defeats in all comps and 3 games in all comps without scoring as well. And it doesn't help when Asmarch goes and headbutts someone and gets himself sent off late on at 3-0. They dismantled by Hull. Preston. Borough went 1-0 down, faced adversity, but got through that. Alan Brown scored, Tommy Conway scored, and Mills were back on the horse, and they had to, really, with Coventry winning and Ipswich winning, and they were the late kickoff. That can add pressure, but Middlesbrough rode the adversity, and they look like a serious team and look like a serious threat to those top 2 places. Ipswich do have a game in hand, could overtake if they do win. I think it's away at Portsmouth, but you'd rather have points on the board than games in hand, I think. At home against a Preston side who've been going through adversity themselves lately, I'll back Borough. I'll go Borough 2, Preston 1. Preston to get on the score sheet, but Middlesbrough to have just about enough. Sheffield United versus Ipswich. This must have been the game that got Ruben Salah sacked early in the season. This was 5-0 to Ipswich earlier in the campaign, and I don't see a 5-0 Ipswich win again. Could see an Ipswich win. Sheffield United have lost their back-to-back games, lost at Charlton, we're down to 9 men, but lost to Southampton. Could have easily got something down at St Mary's. Ipswich, they're motoring along. They're really, really good at Portman Road. We saw that against Bristol City. Whether or not they can carry that away from home will be interesting to see. But I think that they'd settle for a point at Bramall Lane. Bramall Lane's still a difficult place to go, despite Sheffield United being in 17th place. So I'll go for a draw. I'll go Sheffield United 1, Ipswich 1. QPR versus Wrexham. This game earlier on the season was when Richard Kone arrived in the Championship. Hasn't quite kicked on to the levels I'm sure he would have wanted to, but still, Wrexham at home for Rangers, and remember what QPR did. They got a draw at Oxford, didn't they? 0-0. They played out at the Kassam. Wrexham, they drew home to Leicester last minute. Goal conceded to Leicester. They should have really seen that out. They didn't. I'm gonna go a little bit bold. I don't know. I don't know. Would you make QPR favourites potentially with the home factor? Tight pitch at Loftus Road, but I'm gonna back Wrexham. I don't know why, just a gut feeling. I'm gonna go with the away side. I'm gonna go QPR 1, Wrexham 2. Hull versus Swansea, and Hull. I mean, what a team they are. What a fun watch they are, and so brilliant that they're up there. I mean, I had them to go down. Same with Preston, they're up in 6th as well. Hull up in 4th. Yuho Rakawa comes on, gets an assist, get instant impact into Ollie McBurney with the acrobatic finish. And Hull win 3-0 away at Preston. Don't win. Not many teams go to Preston and win. A lot of teams have gone there and lost this season. In fact, they went there, absolutely dismantled them 3-0. Brilliant from Hull. And Sahar Jokorovic, what a job he's doing. Swansea, they're very, very good at home. They beat Blackburn at home. They've put themselves breathing space between them and the bottom three. They want to kick on now. There's not a lot in between them and sort of top half and stuff, so they'll want to kick on. But away at Hull is such a difficult game at the moment, so I'll back the home side, despite Hull being very, very good on the road this season. I'll back the home side and I'll go for goals. Again, Hull 3, Swansea 1. Leicester versus Oxford up next. Leicester just need a win. Lamar Cifuentes is struggling. They got a last-minute equaliser away at Wrexham, but performance levels aren't convincing anyone, and you're not going to be pulling wool over people's eyes despite a last-minute draw away at Wrexham. Still 14th in the league, potentially a points deduction incoming. Leicester need to be winning games, and this presents an opportunity for itself. Oxford have drawn their last 2 games 0-0. They're not offering a hell of a lot going forward. Probably should have scored against Bristol City on the weekend. Didn't see the game against QPR, but they're not conceding much, not giving much away. Both those games were at Kassam. Different story away from home. So I'll back Leicester in a tight, cagey game at the King Power. And I think Oxford will make it horrible for Leicester. But I do think Leicester's quality will just have enough to get a goal, and I don't see Oxford scoring there. So I'll go Leicester 1, Oxford 0. Bristol City versus Sheffield Wednesday. And I'm not going to be talking about the mess that Bristol City are at the moment, all the sort of rumours and various failed transfers and manager annoyance levels and, threat levels are high. And I'll not talk about that in this video, but this feels like an utter must win for Bristol City. Nothing else than a convincing performance and a win. 3 points will do. If we don't win this game, yeah, I don't want to think about that, to be honest. Bristol City sat in 11th, but it's not that. It's not the fact that we're still only 3 points of the playoffs. It's the fact this team is capable of better. This team needs help, and it's just not going to get it, and it's just not been getting it. This window, 22nd of December, January, 22nd of January, and we've still not got anywhere near what we need in terms of what we went into January with. We've just let go of Max O'Leary, Hayden Roberts. This team needs help against the depleted Sheffield Wednesday side who've just been hit with more injury issues. This should be a win for Bristol City. So I will go for that. I will not go for chaos or anything. I'll go Bristol City 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0, and let's hope things get better at Bristol City soon, because if that goes bad, things go very sour very quickly. Blackburn versus Watford is up next, and this feels like a game where Blackburn could be targeting something, because Watford are really good. I think they're a really good side, but in games, sometimes, sometimes Portsmouth at home, Sheffield Wednesday at home, where you look at it and go, they should be winning that. They sometimes slip up, and that was the case obviously against Pompey. They went 1-0 down and then got it back to 1-1, but it should be a game Watford would have been targeting 3 points. They didn't get it. So I'll back Blackburn for a point. I'll go Blackburn 1, Watford 1. Birmingham versus Stoke up next. This is another interesting game because Birmingham are very, very good at St Andrews, and I do think they are probably favourites for this game. Stoke lost 2-1 at home to Middlesbrough. They have some serious injury problems of their own. Victor Hansen's injured, and the replacement they signed, Gavin Bazunu, he's also injured. So Tommy Simpkins going to have to come back in. So I think you're going to have to back Birmingham for this. I think Stoke may be good enough for a goal, but I think you've got to back Blue. So I'll go Birmingham 2, Stoke 1. Pompey versus Southampton in the South Coast Derby. This was a very, very intriguing game early in the season at St Mary's, where I think Pompey were pretty good value for the point and probably deserved more, if anything. And the fact that Fran, they're going to get on top of those Southampton players. They're going to make it as uncomfortable as possible for Saints. And I think Southampton score because the attacking quality they do have. They got the win over Sheffield United against at St Mary's, obviously on the week in the midweek. But this is a completely different proposition. I think Pompey win this. I'll just edge it. So I'll go Pompey 2, Southampton 1. Norwich versus Coventry. This screams goals, and this is actually really hard because despite Norwich being in 20th and Coventry being in first, the fact that it's at Carrow Road and the form Norwich have been in since Philippe Clement has come in has been tremendous, and it's been fantastic to see 5 goals away at West Brom in the midweek and completely dismantled Eric Ramsey's side. I think this will be really difficult for Coventry, and I think probably one of the harder games up until the end of the season. So I think this will be a draw, and I do think goals. So I'll go Desmond. I'll go Norwich 2, Coventry 2. And that is it. Thank you very much for watching. Those are my championship predictions for round number 29. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And on the dealings at Bristol City and the sort of interesting circumstances and interesting bits of news, bits and bobs have been coming out over the past few days, I'll try and make a video on that as soon as possible, but bit tight for schedule, bit tight for time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll be at the Sheffield Wednesday game. See you there. Check out my matchday vlog for that one when that event comes out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.